Top of the morning. We're gonna work on that. We're gonna just try a different intro until one sticks. I've been told I can't do folks. Anyway, what's up, guys? Okay, so I made a video like a couple days ago, and we were talking about how collector boxes are not investable, and how you shouldn't invest in them, and Assassin's Creed is trash, right? And I had some people kind of in the comments talking about how, oh, they were basically talking about how they had bought in some of these collector products when they dipped really bad in like November, like roughly like 6 months ago, and how that they had made decent amount of money because these boxes had recovered, and I think that they were kind of missing the whole point of the video, and so we're gonna kind of talk about all that today, right? So basically, like what I want to address is like, yes, of course, like you can make money buying crappy products if you buy them at the bottom, right? So we're gonna kind of talk about that, making money off of bad products, right? And then we're gonna talk about more so like what I was talking about as far as investing. So I guess we'll talk about the investment part first, right? So and it kind of comes down to investing versus working. And so, buying a booster box and throwing it in your closet and then worrying about it like 5 to 10 years later is a lot different than checking the markets every day. You may do that, right? But that's a lot different than the guy who has a 9 to 5 job making like, 100K, 200K a year, and he just wants to throw, some cases in a storage unit or something, right? And not think about them. And that's kind of what my point was, that if that's your goal, Pokemon makes way more sense, right? If you want to do the least amount of work and the least amount of market watching, and you don't really want to think about it, you just wanted this is like, again, I know it's crazy, guys. I know that this is like a card game that people play, but some people invest in this stuff and they make a lot of money, and they just, they have like real jobs, and they just kind of buy, like I said, they just buy cases and they don't even look at them or think about them. They just know that it's a good addition to their portfolio. They don't really care about Pokemon. I know it drives some of you guys crazy, but it's true. So, that's not a very good E. Sorry, I have to fix this E. It's driving me crazy. But that's the difference, guys, between that and then like, I enjoy the working part of it, right? So like, I totally get like finding those boxes that have kind of crashed, and that they have kind of like long-term longevity, or that there's a good moment, like there's a good short-term play there. So just remember that those are two very, very different things. Because like, I know, like, let's talk about the working now, right? So, and I kind of just brought some of these out as like examples. So we've got battle styles here. This like 5-6 months ago, I was able to still pick up for $90 a box. So in my head, it made sense. Like, oh, this is like a 4-year-old, 5-year-old product. I think it's like 4. I think it's like 3. But it's a really old product. It's not available. It's about to go out of sale probably on the Pokemon Center website. And so it made sense to me, right? Now, if I would have bought these when they came out, yeah, I'd probably be like hating myself, right? Or not hating myself, but I would not be as proud of this purchase as I am, right? Because I basically, went up like almost 50% in like 6 months. So, and then these Battle of Baldur's Gate Commander Legends, right? Everybody knows that, like, obviously if you bought these on release, you've gotten hosed. But if you were picking these up in like the $70 a box or whatever, you're not doing too bad. Same with all the collector's editions. Okay, and then for example, like, vintage Khans of Tarkir, a 10-year-old booster box. I just picked this up for $145, because I personally think that, I don't know if it'll be by the end of the year, but probably sometime next year, I think this will hit a $200 box, if not more. So, So like, yes, you can make plays on bad products, but remember that is working. And I mean, I guess you could just call that buying the dip, right? Um, but even when you're buying the dip, Pokemon still is just gonna, like, okay, you know what? Let's do it right now. Khans of Tarkir. Or no, that's probably not that. Let's do battle styles. We're gonna compare battle styles if I had bought it at release, which is like one of the right. We're gonna compare battle styles to, let's do like another stagnant collector's edition, like Kamigawa. Kamigawa kind of spiked and then it dipped, but it's basically like a $200 box, and it's really just kind of gone down from there. Even if I had bought battle styles at the very beginning and just sat on it and paid my $90 a box, or even we'll say $100 a box, I would have gotten 2 boxes. They're now at $140, so that equals $280. And let's say you'd gotten a Kamigawa for $200, even though you probably paid more. Let's be real. I think they're now like $230. So even, this is me just hating on Magic more, I'm sorry. Don't invest in Magic. You can buy it, if you know what you're doing, you can invest in Magic. But don't do it, just invest in Pokemon. So even if you'd bought in Battle Styles at release and just held it, and you would have bought in Kamigawa at release and held it, because I think those actually kind of came out around somewhere. Those are kind of two a little bit more relatable in time frames. 280, 230. And again, also if you didn't kind of catch how I'm doing that, basically you would have had to invested $200 in Kamigawa. So take your 200, that would have gotten you 2 Battle Styles boxes. So basically this video is just to tell you, like, yes, like I'm quite well aware that you can, you know, I'll even make the thumbnail, like, buy the dip, like I'll make it like dips of like collector boxes or something. But again, that's a lot different than, you know, even if you buy those dips, still look at the returns, do the math. It's just not the world's greatest. But there are, like, I'll give you a couple examples. Like, this will probably drive people crazy, but I thought Streets of Capenna was probably one of the most like the best plays you could make for collector. It's one of the best plays you can make for collector boxes, right? Because they dropped all the way down to $90 a collector box, right? So you just need that to go to like 180, and you've doubled your money. So like, yeah, I'm quite well aware that there are plays, and it comes down to, right, like, can a collector box even go lower than 90, right? Like that. And that I guess that's the one thing too we'll talk about, right? Is like something that people don't get, or they kind of make fun of you when you say this. We'll just do it in quotes. It can't go any lower. How many times you heard that? Well, luckily with like Pokemon booster boxes and stuff, we actually have like, 20 years of data we can kind of look at. So when we say it can't go any lower, we are kind of actually basing that off of something, right? Like when a booster box gets into that like $80 range, it gets to a point where it's like, okay, like this isn't gonna go much lower. Like it could in some crazy circumstance, but in all reality, unless it goes to zero, there is kind of like a threshold of where most stuff will fall. That's why I don't like collector products, right? Because I've seen a collector product go down to $90. So I know that the floor for a collector product is somewhere around there, right? So when I see one coming out for a pre-order, of $400, you know what I see? I see a potential for a loss of $310. Or wait, no, that's 210. But you know what I mean. Or well, no, yeah. No, yeah, that's right. Math. Sorry. Long day. So yeah, do you want to lose? You want to risk, losing $310 just to maybe make? You think it'll maybe go to 600? So that's $200. Oh, that's 200. So, and this is kind of like where you start talking about like risk reward, ROI. So it's like you want me to put up $400 of capital to possibly make $200 with a potential risk of $310. So I could lose more. I'm looking to lose more than I am to make. I don't like those odds. Those odds are not in my favor. I'd say those odds are what we say in the house's favor. And the house, you know who the house is? Anyway, guys, as always, I love comments. Man, some of you be like cooking up like paragraphs. I love it. I love the discussion. Good engagement. I like it. Let's keep talking. People can keep telling me how dumb I am. I like that too. It's just a game, guys. It's just a game. What did one guy say? The box price doesn't matter. And I go, well, then money doesn't matter. And I haven't got a response yet. But yeah, have a good one, guys.